Welcome to the Pantheon Parenthetical. My name is Lance Ash, and this episode is entitled Road Courtesy. Very soon after beginning this hellish commute, I noticed that a new trend was at work upon the highways, and that is the trend of people leaving their high beams on all the time. I don't know about other regions of the country, but we generally say brights here. But I'm using the word high beams because I believe that has broader usage across the sphere. It is, in my experience, mainly rednecks and oversized trucks that are indulging in this activity. I have two theories as to why they do it, and one observation about the mindset behind it. Firstly, I think that this behavior finds its origins in an urban legend that started 10 years ago or even longer. And that was the urban legend that gangs of black youths were driving around with their high beams on, just waiting for someone to flash their lights at them, and then they would hunt that person down and kill them. Well, it was an urban legend, and it's been debunked many times, but it keeps cropping up as these things do. And I think that rednecks driving around with their high beams on is some sort of defiance of this possible happening. The other reason that they do it, I think, is because of an increasing belief that they should not defer to anyone, and that to dim their lights for oncoming traffic is somehow bowing down to another person. And so they drive around irritating the hell out of everyone all the time. Now, as for the mindset behind it, I think that it is highly hypocritical, because it is rednecks that are the ones that are so in favor of traditional values and common courtesy and the way things used to be, the way that our grandfathers acted. And yet when it comes to their behavior on the road, they have no regard for anyone else. They even add extra lights to their monster trucks so that they can intensify the irritating experience. Or if they are forced for whatever reason to dim their lights, other lights come on in their place, negating the effect. And now it's time to visit the tiny community of Fig Pitch, a handful of structures and dwellings clustered about the meeting point of three roads. Fig Pitch is to be found somewhere between the cover of a Windham Hill album and a Holly Hobby lunchbox. Hidden among the illustrations in the books of your childhood, a backwater bypassed by all that has grown up between you and the puppet at the end of your arm. Old Tusk replaces the pen in the front pocket of his overalls. He then continues to putter about behind the counter, moving papers and assorted odds and ends. Behind him is a door leading to what is euphemistically referred to as the office. In fact, no one knows what is behind that door. But from that office emerges Old Tusk's good friend Chuck Willow. Chuck Willow is about the same age as Old Tusk. He's a few inches taller, several pounds thinner. He is also wearing overalls and boots. In contrast to Old Tusk's cloud of fluffy white hair, he has short, choppy, dark black hair. His cheeks are gaunt. He has 2 or 3 days worth of stubble, whereas Old Tusk has a white mustache. Chuck Willow asks his friend, "What did that fellow want?" referring to the stranger who has just quitted the store. he wanted written directions on how to get to Tannen. Written directions? Questions Chuck Willow. Why, it's as simple as saying, take the brief marker road 2 miles to Tannen, pointing in the direction of the neighboring and competing hamlet. Now I'm going to take a moment here to explain some of the geography of Fig Pitch. The 3 roads around which the community exists come together right outside the front door of the store. The one immediately to the right of the door is Brief Marker Road. That's the road that goes to Tannen. The one directly out facing outside the front door is Keller Road, and the one to the left is Nachbar Road. These are all German names, and they're only used in Fig Pitch. There are official names for these roads, but these are only known at the higher levels in the world outside. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you for listening.